Pretty patties rule!
That's a bit of a short intro, isn't it?
Welcome back to the Basement Boys podcast. We have our guest, Larry the Lobster, here.
Hey,
guys.
it's such an honor, especially after your Terminal 5 diagnosis. How are you holding up?
Well, ever since I was diagnosed with cancer, I just decided to eat pretty patties because they rule. And, I only have 2 weeks to live, so I'm living it up.
Okay, Larry, before you pass on in your 2 weeks, we must ask you one thing. What are your thoughts on anchor arms?
Well, you see, Harry, I was a wimp before anchor arms, but now I'm a huge jerk, and everybody loves me.
Anyway, welcome to the Basement Boys podcast.
That impression could do some work. Welcome to the podcast. Who are you across from me? Who's that?
Hi, my name's Harry.
Holy shit. I didn't know that. Wait, who are you?
I'm currently Joe.
I have Alzheimer's, and I'm also Cade, I'm pretty sure.
And we are the Basement Boys.
I may be Harry the Lobster.
Where are we? My good friends here, Harry and Joe, they went to a little fun place to go, and they got to try out some VR. Am I correct?
Yeah, the HTC Vive.
The Vive.
Which neither of us had ever used. I don't think you used it. Yeah, I'd never used it myself. And we played Job Simulator. And we just made the lives of those robots hell.
I watched YouTubers a while ago play that game when it first came out. You just like put things into things, and the robot's like, good job.
Yeah, I proceeded to drink 2 bottles of wine and throw 20 at a robot, which shattered on impact. As my job as a
You
chef.
threw many more than 20.
Maybe 50.
Did the robot shatter?
No, but it got an
okay.
angry look on its face every time. I shot a fire extinguisher at a lot of things. I gave a kid alcohol. This is all in the This is in the game. This is in the game for the record. This is fictional. This is in a video game. I shot a fire extinguisher at people. I put a fire extinguisher in a microwave, and that turned out completely fine for some reason.
He blended up a cactus.
Oh yeah, I made a smoothie with just a cactus in a pot, including the pot, and then I stuck my hand in it for flavor.
He microwaved a fire extinguisher.
Oh my! What happened?
It was fine. It just started glowing green a little bit afterward.
Oh, I figured it would explode or something like that.
Yeah. I really gotta say, though, like, people give VR a lot of shit for it being, like...
They do?
Well, people give it a lot of shit for being, like, shallow and, like, the games are more like tech demos or anything.
Are you kidding? That was fun. That was fun to me.
Yeah, but, I mean, people do give it a lot of shit for that. But when you play it, you don't really need it because it's like, holy shit, I'm so immersed already.
Yeah.
It was like, and Harry was standing behind me, but it was like I couldn't see him, so it was that awkward, like, oh god, like you're there, but you're not there. Oh.
I whispered in his ear,
What is that?
The thing from Friday the 13th, I think.
I haven't seen that.
it's the whispers of when
okay.
Jason's arriving.
Yeah, with VR, it's because you have to be rendering so much like at the same time, like complete 360-degree view of things going on. It's like the games can't be like too crazy, how much going on without it lagging like crazy on most systems. So they do what they can, and I'd say they do a pretty good job with most of their games. Like, what's that game where like you have like a gun or something, and like there's like red people?
Super Hot?
Yeah, Super Hot.
That's very good. There's also non-VR for that.
That game's awesome, yeah. And it's because like it's like perfectly made for VR. Like you get to pick up your weapons and like shoot people and dodge things that are coming at you. Like that's the epitome of VR right there.
I think it says something about how a lot of people view jobs like, being a store clerk or like a fast food worker, that when you're in a simulation of it with no consequences, you just fuck with everything. Like, you just fuck everything up. Like they were like, make a smoothie, and I put soap in it.
Yeah, you're just trying to see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in a world with no consequences, you might as well experiment.
At one point, I made a sandwich, and I was like, "And here's the garnish." And I put the fire extinguisher on the sandwich, hit a button, and the plate just zoomed out.
Oh, so there was I played the store clerk version, and you know how there's that part where the mom of like this little girl bot goes away, and she like starts demanding you or like holds you up and demands that you like give her sugar.
I have no idea.
Basically, it's a little kid robot demanding sugar from a store clerk,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is you.
While her mother is gone.
Okay.
And like she was just so she was being so threatening. So it to me. So I reached down under the counter, grabbed like 2 firecrackers and just lit them in her face.
Oh my god.
Once again, this is all fictional
Yeah.
video game. I have to emphasize.
Wait a minute. Did Harry actually blow up a little girl? I'm clicking off this podcast. This isn't family friendly.
There's also the fact that you could grab like soda bottles and like shake them, and eventually they would like start fizzling and like shoot off rockets.
Job Simulator, great game.
Oh man.
Yeah, everyone go out and buy VR headsets because they're definitely cheap and a normal product.
If I'm ever rich, man, that's where I'm going.
I stole a hype beast hat. It was freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, no, Harry, he like some customer, he stole his hat, and right as the customer was about to leave, he just put some glasses on him, and then he neumed out. It was great. Just here's glasses.
Wow.
Some guy was asking for like he was in the bathroom and he was just like, "Hey, dude, can you throw me something I can use as toilet paper?" And I know you're supposed to like, throw him a magazine or something, but I just handed him a popsicle. He's like, "I guess I can make this work."
Oh god, that would be very cold and uncomfortable.
Oh
Yeah, Jesus.
You guys, I have something I need to reveal to you and the world.
What is it?
Is this an actual serious thing or a meme?
It's kind of half serious.
Okay, shit.
It's the secret of McDonald's and how you can save money by doing nothing. All right, here's all right, guys.
Okay,
This doesn't
continue.
sound serious.
All right, guys. Here's the deal. All right, you know Big Mac's McDonald's thing, right? What do they got? They got 3 buns, 2 patties, some lettuce, pickles, all that jazz, some secret sauce. And how much do they cost? Like $3.50? Like they cost like over $3? How much do they cost?
I don't know.
I forget.
I used to work there, but I hated my life.
That's a critical point to my argument, so I'm going to look it up. We'll be right back when I figure out how much Big Macs cost.
You know what?
Big
You know, like the whole
Holy shit.
I am loving it,
Yeah.
like their slogan. Apparently, if it's like spelled out completely, like I am loving instead of I'm loving it, it can be an anagram for ailing vomit.
I'm loving it.
Okay, guys, I figured it out. A Big Mac costs $4 for three buns, 2 patties, some veggies and stuff, and some secret sauce. However, McDonald's also sells just normal cheeseburgers where you get 2 buns, a patty, and some vegetables and jazz. No secret sauce, but you get some ketchup.
Okay, where are you going?
How much do those cost? How much do you think they cost?
Like
$1,
$1, maybe 2.
They are $1. So
Okay.
if you get 2 cheeseburgers, you get 4 patties. You get 4 buns, 2
Yeah.
patties. But if you get 1 Big Mac, you get 3 buns and 2 patties. So for just getting 2 cheeseburgers alone, you get
At like half the price, you get more.
you get more food for half the price.
Also,
of a Big Mac.
also, a lot of people might be thinking, but I want like the sauce because Big Mac sauce is like their thing for the Big Mac. That's why they sell it.
Yeah.
It would cost a bit extra, but you could just get Big Mac sauce on a cheeseburger.
You can do that?
You can ask, can I get the cheeseburger with Big Mac sauce? And they'll totally fucking do it.
Seriously?
Where I work,
Yeah.
when I worked at McDonald's, yes.
How much do they cost?
I don't know. It's like an extra,
It's like extra 30 cents.
more like I'm pulling this out of my ass. I think it was like 80 cents, maybe 50. I don't know.
That's still not too bad though. So
Also,
if you wanted to pay the same amount of money on both Big Macs and cheeseburgers, if you paid $4, you could get a Big Mac which has, like I said, 3 buns, 2 patties, or you could get 4 cheeseburgers which has 8 buns and 4 patties. So you're getting like more than twice the amount of food for the same price. So my proposal to all you listeners out there is stop buying Big Macs. Just buy cheeseburgers.
Yeah, good luck with that.
But I'm serious. That's once I figured that out, I haven't really thought about it.
Ronald
I'm like,
McDonald is going to burst in a second now like, Cade, I will kill you.
Like once I figure that out, I'm like, I'm wasting so much money buying Big Macs because they're not worth it. The sauce isn't even that great. I'm just gonna buy cheeseburgers, and you get so much more food for so much less money. So stop buying Big Macs, and maybe McDonald's will figure out that they're way overcharging for Big Macs and lower the price.
I used to work at McDonald's, as some of you may know. I've said this multiple times, and I have some stories. That may have been the worst experience of my entire life.
I believe it.
Or at least one of them. I hated my job.
Yeah, fast food isn't fun.
Now, the managers who worked there, they had to do their job, but for the most part, they were fine. But it was just the customers, my God. Okay. So I pretty much...
Y'all got damn Whoppers over there.
I worked there I literally had someone ask for a Whopper once. Not joking, at midnight, asked for a Whopper, and I was like, we don't have that here. And he was like, well, then a Big Mac. Come on, man. Like, I'm the idiot.
I'm sure they were on some kind of drugs or drunk or something like that.
Maybe. But anyway, I worked there for a year, and I basically worked drive-through the whole time because they didn't have time to teach me up front because we were always busy.
Oh, yeah.
So for a long time, I was always working with alongside a different person while we were in drive-through, and eventually on my own. And when you're in drive-through, you have to be taking someone's order and at the same time taking someone's cash, verifying that the person who cash you're taking is you're taking it for the right order.
Yeah.
Write down the other person's. You're doing a shit ton of things at once.
Yeah, it's very stressful.
And at the same time, the one I worked at, you're also packaging Big Mac toys and the Big Mac meals. So you're doing all these things at once or washing trays. It's just a ton of stuff. And it was a very fast-paced job that was monotonous. And I hated it.
Yeah.
There were literally times, at first I was just stressed because I was like, oh, I'm going to fail. But once I got used to it, it was just anger and frustration.
Yeah, I hate this. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Literally that for just 3 hours.
Yeah.
There were points.
3 hours?
There was that for the first couple hours, I could try to stay positive. But at the last 3 hours, it was okay, no.
I thought you only worked for 3 hours at a time. I was like,
no. There were literally points near the close to when I stopped working there where I would literally turn around and just bang my head on the wall. I am being 100% serious.
That's too real.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't hard, but anyway, there were people that, okay, so at the McDonald's I worked at, we had an old sign in the drive-thru, and it was like, try our triple thick milkshakes.
It's so thick.
And it looks like a really old sign. Anyway, at one point, some lady comes up to the window, and she wants to add something to her order. And normally that's not that big a deal as long as you haven't paid yet, because otherwise it's a whole process. But she wants to add something to her order, and I'm like, okay, what? And she's like, in this voice, I would like to try your triple thick milkshakes. And I'm like, oh, that's like an old sign. I don't think we have that anymore. Or it might just be our normal shakes. And she says, and I quote, that is false advertising. I want to see your manager.
Yep.
Classic.
I stared at her for a solid 10 seconds, just thinking, what? I really just wanted to be like, lady, my life already sucks. Just stop.
I think that's I think that's what their milkshakes are. They first branded them as they're triple thick, so you should get our milkshakes instead of everyone else's. But now they're just the milkshakes.
Maybe I don't know. Anyway, I call a manager. He comes down, tells her the exact same fucking thing I said.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, okay, and drives off. And I'm just,
that's how it always goes. 90% of the time, if a customer is like, your manager, you're stupid, and the manager comes along, and 90% of the time, it's they say the exact same thing. It's you both work there, you know what's going on. You think I'm gonna lie to you?
There was another. I'll tell one more story, then we'll change the topic.
90% of the time, also the customer's name is Karen.
That's
oh god, yeah,
Karen
with the mom cut and all that.
Stop clogging up the drive-thru at once.
There was another time where okay, I have multiple stories. I'll tell one more for now, and then we can move on. But there was one point a lady was paying with cash, and she needed to pay 5 more cents, and then she would have enough to pay. So she hands me a quarter, something I might be getting the exact numbers wrong. She hands me the change at the amount a little bit more than what she needs to pay, drops it in the street, and I'm like, oh, well, you need that to pay. And she's like, I can't get out of the car because I'm barefoot and it's raining. So we just sort of stare at each other for a few seconds.
Well,
and I'm like,
shouldn't have ordered then.
I'm sort of looking around. And I'm like, well, you're clogging up in my head. I'm like, well, you're clogging up the drive-thru. I don't want people to yell at me. Fuck. So I lean in the rain, lean outside of the drive-thru window, down to the street, to the point where my feet are in the air and hitting the wall.
Oh my god.
I grab the change, stand back up, put it in the cash register, and she's not even looking at me and just goes, keep the change, and drives forward.
That's good.
And that happened. That was
planking
a thing
before.
that happened in my
planking
life.
probably after it was cool, right?
I want my change.
I cannot believe that was I experienced that.
The only job I
such
ever
a shitty job.
Yeah, the only job I ever worked at was a grocery store, and I worked there for like 2 years, and it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't fun, but it obviously was better than like fast food. I told myself, I was like when it comes to like being employed, if at all, I'm going to avoid working in like fast food or
I'm never
food
working in
service
fast food ever
because
again.
it's the worst. Grocery stores weren't that bad because all I had to do a lot of things actually, which was good because it like kept me busy. Like I had to like bag the groceries like at the end of the lanes. I had to get carts from outside and then bring them inside. I had to like clean like the store and like the restrooms and things. I had to like if people like left like places where they weren't supposed to be, like they get sent to like this zone called the take back zone, and you could just go
the take back zone,
and you can just go there and like you get like these like the black crates like that are like organized by aisle, and you put them in one of the carts and you like reverse grocery shop or like you find where the things are supposed to go and put them back on the shelf. And that was the best part of working there because it was just so calming.
You are now entering a realm of mediocrity.
One last thing about
The
that McDonald's,
take-back zone.
you know how usually if you work at a restaurant or some sort of fast food place, they'll like let you they'll give you like free food and that sort of thing, right? At mine, nope, we got a discount. It was a significant discount, but it was still only a discount. We had to pay for our food, and we only got it on break on days we worked.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, not fun.
When I worked at my grocery store, of which I will not say the name of, but they gave you a 10% discount. Well, okay, I will say it was a Kroger store, but it was like a subsidiary of Kroger. It's
What's Kroger?
It's a grocery store brand that like it's like kind of like a mini Walmart kind of deal.
Is it like a very local brand?
No, it spans across most of the country.
Okay.
It's like Walmart, but it like mostly focuses on like food and like produce, but it also does sell like some of the normal things.
Does it have Walmart people there?
No, from my experience, I'd say on average the people that go there are a lot more
More Target or more Walmart?
I don't know what that means.
Is it more like the Target customers or more like Walmart?
Well, I don't really go to Target, so I can't really answer that.
Are they more civilized?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'd say on average they're more civilized and more
Trashy or not, basically, is what we're asking.
they were less trashy. What we got there was a 10% discount on all like Kroger products and like things that Kroger owns, like private selection and like
they're great
stuff
value
like
type thing.
Yeah, it's like great. I think it is great value actually. I think that is a Kroger brand. So
No, that's Walmart.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure because they sell it at Walmart.
I think they sell great value at my place too. That's weird. But so yeah, you get 10% discount on all products affiliated with them, and I'm like, and it was all right, I guess. I wasn't gonna ask for any more because like, hey, getting money off, that's great, but 10%, it's like I don't know, I kind of. I do a lot of stuff around here. 15 maybe.
Now I'm hungry for McDonald's.
Man, I just want to go get myself a cheeseburger from our friendly neighborhood McDonald's.
Yeah, I've never had a job, so I can't really.
You
tell
lucky
stories.
bastard.
It's. Yeah. For now, I guess I'm lucky, but when it comes time for like we graduate and we enter the workforce, oh boy.
Oh yeah. Well, if it's like your career, then it's something you like.
I mean, yeah.
You might not get your career. Like, I'm not saying like you're like it might not like it won't happen, but it's possible that like you'll have to work at like some like dead end job for like a little bit before you can actually like
the people want job experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I flipped patties for 2 years. Can I be a programmer now?
Silicon Valley be like.
Exactly. I'm sure that when summer break hits, I'll probably be able to just like work there again over the summer because like they know me. I won't have to like go like get hired somewhere else. And so hopefully, if not, I'll have to go find somewhere else to work. And I hope I don't have to work at a food place because if I do, I'll probably kill myself before next year of college.
Do not work at fast food, please.
I really don't. I really won't want to. But
Speaking of college jobs, what jobs would you guys want to get like while studying?
Comic book store. I'd like to work at a comic book store.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Not GameStop. GameStop is okay.
Power to the players.
It's definitely going bankrupt.
I used to want to work at GameStop until I learned what it was like to work at GameStop. I now no longer want to work at GameStop.
You want to join our rewards program?
Y'all want a motherfucking pre-order?
Y'all want some
Rewards? Join it.
Here at
attacking
GameStop,
people.
the shelves for our Funko Pops take up more space than the Nintendo section.
We still have Five Nights at Freddy's plushies everywhere. Please buy them. They won't leave us alone.
Bendy and the Ink Machine. Whoa!
Power to the paychecks.
Power to the payers.
Buy corporate for corporate.
Yeah, no,
By old men who know nothing about video games for you suckers.
they are definitely going out of business.
Probably.
Very soon. Because everyone buys the games digitally now. Well, I won't say everyone, but
Even then, you still need to be able
most
to buy the
people do.
console. Which I guess you can do online.
That's
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's talking about GameStop. Remind me, I have to return that Ace Combat 7 Xbox One CD I bought.
Are you still able to after all this time?
Yeah, you can return a
Alright.
game. Always.
Wait, what game? What?
Ace
Ace
Combat.
Combat.
Oh.
See,
It's like a flight game.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I was so hyped for it that I bought for Xbox One and played it on Joe's Xbox.
Yeah.
And then I bought the PC version, and now I have a useless Xbox One version. So yeah,
Just like the Xbox One, it's completely useless.
Xbox on.
Xbox, open web browser. Xbox, search Pornhub. I don't know those are the commands, but yeah.
Xbox, play Stranger Things on my Netflix subscription.
Xbox, download Grammarly, the one that's not free.
Xbox, email my search history.
I don't know why we're yelling. I'm gonna turn this down in post.
Yeah.
What console do you guys prefer? Like ignoring PC altogether.
Oh,
like,
I was gonna say PC.
no, yeah, ignoring it because obviously we'd probably all say PC, but ignoring that, like which one would you guys side with?
Oh man,
Well,
Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft?
bro, I would
I
totally
have
go
an
with
Xbox, but I'd probably want to get either a Switch or a PS4
dude.
if I could go back.
Man, fuck the big three. The Soulja game all the way.
The Soldier Boy.
But seriously, I would go with Switch.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the Switch too because I like the portability of it.
Yeah.
I also just like Nintendo games more because I'm a filthy casual and I don't really play like most games or it's like shooters or like adventure story games like Uncharted and shit like that. I just like playing games that are like easy, like simple and fun.
The games are always like really wholesome and like just a
Yeah,
good
it's
time.
it's just fun.
When Nintendo has tried to appeal to like the more mature audiences, it rarely works.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Bayonetta 2.
like not always, because well,
Bayonetta 2 was good.
there have been some more mature titles on Nintendo like Okami and stuff that have done well, or like parts of Earthbound were dark, that sort of thing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like if Nintendo itself is making the game and they're trying to be mature, it does not work usually.
Have you seen the Kirby games?
Remember Zombie U?
I vaguely remember that.
That was a thing that existed.
Zombie. I mean,
And
Zombie
that's
U,
it.
Zombie U wasn't bad from what I heard.
It was just mediocre.
strange.
No, Wii U was bad.
Like
That was the problem.
Like you would
True.
open up the backpack and like it would actually be on the gamepad screen. And while rummaging through it, if there were zombies nearby, you could hear a guy going like, "Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh, fuck."
Oh god.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh shit! I have AirPods in. I can't hear them.
The one thing with the Switch though, like I know how its selling point is like you can play it handheld wherever you go, and you can also play it on a TV. But like whenever like me and like a group of friends are wanting to play Smash, we have to play it on some sort of TV or something. Otherwise, it's pretty much impossible.
No, it's just we could play it on the small screen if we
But
wanted.
it's so small, and in the game where like distance of like between characters like for Smash Bros is like really important.
I
It's
myself
just-
don't really mind.
Well, I like winning, so that's why
Well, neither of us managed to do that, Cade.
I did it a few
man.
times. So if I feel like if Nintendo like in the future they're going to release like a version of the Switch that's like slightly bigger somehow, so like you can still move it around and like the screen is like actually big. It can actually do like HD like in your hand, and you can also do it on the TV. So you're not looking at like practically like an extra large phone screen whenever you're like playing Smash Bros like on a plane or something.
Oh yeah. Say, did you hear about Reggie?
Oh,
What happened to Reggie?
Our poor boy.
He's retiring.
Okay, guys.
And guess who?
Oh, good.
By this
I thought it was some sort of controversy. Okay.
And guess who he's being replaced by?
Who?
Doug Bowser.
Who's Doug Bowser?
Some random dude, but his last name.
His last name's literally Bowser.
Bowser.
They can't have a person be CEO at the Dead of America without them having a silly name. Like,
I feel
Reggie,
like-
that's just silly.
I feel like having the CEO of Nintendo named after the main villain of Nintendo is a bad omen.
But his greetings to the community video, where like he just introduced himself and said, "I hope you have faith in me." There were like 2 Mario dolls in the background
Please
just
don't kill
tied
me.
up.
What? Yeah, that's awesome.
It's just like,
Luigi, look, it's Bowser. Dear Nintendo customers, Reggie has retired. Now I'm taking over Nintendo of America. Mario Live Service.
Oh, God.
Okay, guys, by this point, I'm sure you've heard the news. That's right. I'm retiring. I've got to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS. As much of a corporate slate as he is, he's still a fun, cool guy.
He's a wholesome man.
He's a very wholesome man.
and
I can't wait to hop off the battle bus and join you in Fortnite.
And always remember, my body is ready.
Yeah, that's a meme that will forever live on. The moment in life when Reggie's body was ready.
The man, the myth.
The legend.
27.
Did we want to talk about our D&D experience the other day?
Oh yeah, totally.
So
Totally, dude.
what?
I'll say totally, dude. What are you cranking over there? Who's cranking that?
That would be Harrison.
Hey, are you cranking that soldier boy over there?
You gotta crank that soldier boy.
Dude,
The soldier boy will
epic
crank
whip.
you. Yeah.
Anyway, so basically, context is basically unneeded because we went to a mountain.
We were
and-
investigating a mountain.
Yeah, and once we found that there were a colony of orcs there.
So we killed a couple
was-
of them, and then we made our way deeper in, and we sort of burst in into a room of just orcs sitting there.
Hold on, before that, we have to describe basically. It was like orc Vietnam.
Oh yeah, they were hiding in the walls.
Oh God! Oh fuck!
There's Viet Cong in the walls, but
When the walls start speaking orc.
no, like there were like arrow slits and everything. There was a fake door.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
so-
small point. I had a spell that turned a raw material into like product or something. So there was a door made of iron that was like slowly closing.
Just like Minecraft.
We were trying to keep it open, so I was like, I'll turn it into swords.
You turn a door into
Keep 'em-
swords.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone was laughing because we thought the DM was just going to make them explode out and kill us all, but luckily he didn't.
Basically,
Basically.
oh my god. Okay.
Sorry.
Context: when that door was closing, our barbarian was trying to hold it open, and all of us were like crawling under him, trying to get away.
Get
And-
away. I've got
But-
to.
So when Joe's character touched the door, I half expected like 20 swords to like just fall on us and kill us.
Oh yeah,
instantly.
totally.
Yeah, luckily our DM was nice.
But before that, there were 2 orcs guarding the doors, and they charged. The barbarian walked out and was just like, "Want some ale, friends?"
And then they immediately charged him with swords drawn.
And then I immediately just blew them up with fireball.
Yeah, they were dead. But anyway, and there was another. So they were ashes, but then there was like a corpse we left behind. Anyway, we made our way further in. We burst into a room of sleeping orcs, about 6 of them, and he offers ale again, but this time rolls a natural 20 to persuade them. So they all just sort of look around confused. So we give them food and like drink, and
Like, yeah, sure.
but eventually they're like, "Give me more bacon," and we give it them. "Give me more bacon," and we give it to them. "Give me." You can see where that's going.
Yeah. You're pushing it, Scoob.
to the uninitiated in D&D, when you roll a 20 on a
Automatic
D20,
success in the best way possible.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Every-
Opposite if you roll one.
Every decision in Dungeons and Dragons basically is
You have to roll.
you roll a die with 20 sides, and depending on how high or low the number is, like that declares like how the situation plays
Yeah.
out.
And
Anyway.
a 20 being the highest,
is the best, and 1 being the lowest is the worst.
and it's called a natural.
Yeah. Anyway, so because there are modifiers that can modify. Anyway,
Yeah.
our ranger decides, if we're making friends with these orcs who we sent one of them to get their boss, we should probably hide the dead body of their fallen comrade. So he gets out and he says, "I'm gonna go take a piss," and then goes to move it and throw it down a chasm. But
And then an
there's
orc saw him, and then he
on the
shot,
other end of the chasm.
and then he shot that orc, and then another orc came up behind him.
He shot that
shot him.
orc.
This continues for several hours. The entire army is defeated.
Just like, I heard a noise. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I heard a noise. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I heard a noise. Vroom, vroom, vroom. But anyway, he finally gets rid of the body, comes back. We're almost out of bacon at this point.
Oh God, no!
Eventually, the orc comes back with an ogre, and
I immediately blow it up.
Yeah, Harris's character is just like, okay, fuck this. Negotiations have failed, and launches a fireball.
For context, I'm a Kenku, which is basically a bird man.
Who can throw fire.
And because I'm a bird man, I imagine my character as being extra twitchy. So when something scary just immediately pops out of nowhere, I'm just being like, fire, fire.
So we kill all of them except for one who we charm using magic, but it's only going to last an hour, and we don't want him to be around.
Sailor.
It's only...
But our ranger, Lunelis, was like, okay, buddy, you remember the bacon we gave you? If you walk outside the mountain, you'll see these tracks that lead off into the distance. Those are bacon tracks. If you follow them, you'll find the mythical bacon creature.
Gotta go get the epic bacon.
And he was like, okay, you better get going. And he just runs off.
That's awesome.
That was so good.
We fall asleep in that room, wake up, and immediately there's fire outside.
Oh God.
Yeah. This is getting kind of lengthy, so let's cut it off there.
Yeah,
but
totally.
needless to say, it was a shitstorm.
Epic bacon. That's a Super Maker reference for all of you that somehow also watch that man does. Anyways, you guys want to hear about my my kick girlfriend?
Yes. Wait, what?
The answer is no.
Okay, question. Context. What is kick?
All right. First of all,
I don't know.
First of all,
You don't know what kick is.
I don't know.
First of all, okay. So first of all, she isn't really my girlfriend, but that's beside the point. Kick is this app that you can download. It's basically like a messenger app where and it's primarily used by people of the perverted and prostitutional variety.
So perverse.
Never heard that,
sending
but okay.
nudes and such back and forth. It's just like a very kind of ratchet backwoods kind of app, like for messaging. But that's not all the people that use it. Like there's niche communities here and there. And in around early 2016 or so, I had been using Kick for a while because at the time I think I only had an iPod. This was before I realized Apple was utter trash and switched over to Android. But
in the distance, we hear multiple.
And so I had an iPod.
Goodbye, Apple boys.
We already shamed them
Goodbye,
away on
Apple
episode
seed.
1. So I've been using Kick because
Steve Jobs just rises from his grave.
All right,
I will kill you all.
Okay,
why'd you say?
let's let him talk.
So since if you have an iPod, you can't actually text people. You don't have like texting on iPods. There's only people that have the iPhone or other phone brands. So you have to use an app to send text messages. So
if you get data, you can.
Yeah, but I didn't have data on it. So we've been using Kick to message me and my friends in my friend group. And around I think it was January or something. I forget when it came out. But you guys heard of a certain anime called Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid?
No,
it's some
boy,
it's some top tier shit if you're a 16-year-old who loves watching anime titties.
Oh boy.
So I had begun watching the anime and I really enjoyed it, and I forget what led to it, but I joined a Kick group called the Lukoa fan club, which is one of the characters in the anime. If you ever, it's
oh boy,
big old titties on a dragon woman. But yeah,
why the? Oh,
I was 16. You guys get the picture.
I think we've all got. To be fair, I think we've all probably gone through cringy phases.
Yeah,
that is peak 16 right there.
Yeah, exactly. So I joined the group. It's filled with just a bunch of fellow degenerates like me who just like anime and stuff, and play video games. Like, you guys, there's a new episode on Monday. Like, wow, see that one? Big old titties, big old boobies. And they're like, yeah. And so it's just a big cesspool of teenage degeneracy. And when I first joined, there were 5 girls in the group chat. And
Now,
we're like,
okay, were they girls?
well, at the time it was like, wow, there are girls that like anime too. This is amazing. And in like 3 months' time, we had all deduced that 4 of them were actually all guys pretending to be girls. And one of them was like the sole survivor.
Welcome to the catfish pond.
Exactly. It was, yeah. So this girl, I won't say her real name, but I will say her nickname on Kick, since like you can't search people like based on their nickname on Kick. It was a Cat. And
K-A-T?
Yeah, K-A-T, I'm out of here.
Right.
Go watch Brian Regan. But anyways, I was like, as you know, obviously 16-year-old me, and I'm like, girl, there's a girl
gamer.
It's just like you're the chocolate guy from SpongeBob, just girl.
Yeah, so naturally, most of my attention was diverted towards her, like just trying to talk to her, like become friends with her, and it was like, and we actually did like get along like fairly well. Like we talked a lot like to each other like in the main chat, and eventually we started like talking like in like the DMs of Kick, just like talking about random things, and sometimes we get personal. Like we were like really close, or like as close as you could be, like for the online texting. And eventually, I was like, okay, I'm 16. And obviously, the only rational thing to do at this point is become obsessed over this person who actually may or may not be a girl, and just decide to devote my life towards this person.
Hey, Kat, want to be my e-girl?
It's exactly what happened.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, basically.
Holy crap!
Wow.
No, that's not what I said. But basically, I was like, hey, I would just keep saying like, you know, I really like you, and she would obviously be like, I like you too. Although she's the kind of girl that like does that like to everybody. Like she's like, oh, I love you. Like we're just talking like to like normal people, but like she said it to me like in our personal chat, and I'm like, oh my god, she actually loves me. Oh my god, I have a girlfriend.
I have e-girl.
And so e-girl, it's gay. So basically at that point I saw her as like, she's my girlfriend now, and like we totally love each other. When I
Now
graduate,
the question:
and when
does she see this way?
well, let me get to it. Like I was like when I graduate high school, like I'm gonna go move to where she's at, and we're gonna live together forever. Because you know, it's like, hey, you know, I have nobody. Why not?
You are the last person I would have expected to done this.
Well, I was 16, you know.
I mean, yeah.
I was a little less bright 3 years ago. But but she just kind of saw us as like really close friends. And so like it's really embarrassing when I think back of it. I kept like arguing with her, is like, why don't you see me as like your boyfriend? Like we say we love each other. We're super close. What's wrong? And she's just like, I don't know. It's just we don't really see each other. And I'm like, what's the problem here?
You've never met.
I know. Hey man, I was in a very dark place where basically all physical contact was at 0, and I was clinging to my only source of what in my eyes was like romantic contact, even though it was just touching my phone.
Yeah.
I was very obsessed, and we still remained like very close friends, but it never took off because obviously all we could do was text. And then so I was in the chat for a while. We were still like really close friends, and then eventually I did get a real life girlfriend who actually still is my girlfriend. I
wonder how she's gonna react when she hears this.
Yeah, this is my first time like actually talking about it. She does watch the podcast, so I'll be I'll be curious as she
Hi,
thinks.
Cade's girlfriend.
I won't say her name just in case she doesn't want anyone to know. But
Just don't get too mad. Yeah.
yeah. It's all over now. I'm like, once I got a real girlfriend, like pretty much all of my like insanity towards my e-girl like completely disappeared. Like we kind of just dropped off. It was literally like the epitome of like a phase, like switching from one to the next. And I was just like, well, like I just got bored of the Kick Chat because I didn't need
You got like the real life.
I didn't need like anime and like e-girls to like keep myself going because like I need romance in my life, so I need to see all of these unnatural feminine figures and talk to this girl because that's what I need to do. I need to breed.
This
What a word choice.
That's it, dude. That's biology. But then I got a real girlfriend, and that all just completely disappeared. And so I just I grew very distant from the Kick Chat, and eventually just left. And then I came back later. Like before I left, I was like, hey, I was really glad that we got to become friends, and I was happy that we were able to make each other happy, and I enjoy talking with you, and I'm happy that you were there for me. And she was like, oh, thanks. Like, come back, and if you want to talk whenever you can, go ahead. I was like, yeah, sure. And I haven't really spoken to her since, which was like early 2017 or so.
This actually does provide. I have a story along the same topic of, I guess, relationships.
May I tell mine first?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Have y'all? Cade, I haven't told you about the story of my kindergarten girlfriend, right?
Okay, to clarify, you were also in kindergarten, correct?
Wait.
Dude, that's hot.
Okay, never mind. It's grade school, but
You were also in grade school,
That
correct?
is hot.
first, second, third grade, it was one of them.
That's hot.
Okay.
That's not hot.
That's
What-
hot.
Oh, God. It was cold. Ice fucking cold.
I'm
but,
joking, but go on.
All right, so there's a girl named Natalie in my...
Fuck. It's always those bitches named Natalie, dude. They keep me going. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Keep in mind that what you're joking about here is like a 4-year-old girl.
Exactly. That's why it's a joke.
All right.
Yeah, go on.
So, right. So I was on the playground just like trying to climb this rock wall. Fun fact, that same rock wall I ran into and bashed my tooth out.
Oh,
But-
yikes.
Ooh,
wait,
jeez.
you actually knocked a tooth out?
yeah, like I
Which tooth? Because like you look like you have a pretty full smile.
think it was like this one.
Did you like, get like a tooth inserted or something?
No, well, it was loose already.
Oh.
But like
Oh yeah, Doug. I forgot. Humans lose their teeth. I forgot. I forgot about that.
Fun fact, you will lose your teeth.
It's been a while since I've lost a tooth.
I don't know. I was like ran full pelt into like this rock wall area, like knocked on my ass. I just stood back. I was like, oh, hey, what's that red stuff on the wall? Oh shit.
It's Kool-Aid. There's Kool-Aid in this wall, guys. And
all
you
right.
pass out.
Anyway, that's off topic. Anyway, so I'm just on the playground on this rock wall, minding my own business, and now this girl named Natalie just walks up out of nowhere and just like, hey, want to be my boyfriend?
And then she kisses you, right?
No, and
She
I'm
just
like,
asked if you want to be her boyfriend?
yeah, she just asked out of nowhere, and I'm just like,
That's awesome.
I'm just me being like the first grader with no common sense at all. I'm just like, sure. Yay! I have no clue what this means, but so then like we walked back. It was just
The
like,
next day, she's like screaming at you and asking for a divorce while you're both in kindergarten.
That reminds me of another story, but continue.
all right. But so we walked back to class, and then she wanted to hold my hand, and then I realized, oh, she's a girl.
I have to do things.
But yeah, I kind of acted like a dick until like we just kind of semi broke up, and then
Yeah, you know.
and then like the awkward part is like 5 or 6 years later, like I met her again, and I'm like, shit, I'm sorry I was such a dick. She's like, oh, it's cool, it's cool.
Wait. When did you say that?
Huh?
When did you apologize?
Like 5 or 6 years later.
That's awesome.
I'm just like,
Oh.
because I was feeling guilty about like for years. I was like,
sticks with you, man.
Okay.
I'm so
two
sorry.
Two things.
If you're listening, Natalie, sorry again.
Natalie, come back to me.
I have two stories. Well, one's like 5 seconds, so I'll tell the long one first.
All right, you have 5 seconds. Go.
No, I'll tell the long one first.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so shocking as it may be, I have not dated a lot of people. I know, shocking, lady. Anyway,
D&D.
not even really necessarily just because I'm not able to find one. I mean, that's certainly a part of it. I'm not like the most romantically equipped. I'm not like god awful though, but I'm just lack of interest too. There wasn't anyone I particularly liked through most of high school.
That was me for a while too. Yeah.
But I went on one date in high school Harrison knows the story.
I don't.
do know this.
I,
So,
I don't. I
this
don't
was
know
during
the
a
story.
period when I was thinking, I'm in high school. I need to get a girlfriend or I'm a loser.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think everyone
Middle
has
school,
that sort of period. So
That's how I was.
it was in my biology class. There was a girl who sat next to me. Let's change her name to protect the innocent. Give me the name of a fictional female woman.
Athena.
No. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna think of a funny anime name just to make it funny. I'm gonna
Luluko.
Wait, what?
Luluko.
Luluko?
Something I can
Isn't that-
pronounce easily.
Isn't that what you said?
How about let's go with Monica.
Monica. Okay, fine. So,
Karen.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Karen. Okay,
Karen.
Karen. Bitch. So Karen she wasn't goth, but she had like, she wasn't goth, but she had a bit of that.
Oh, fuck
Yeah, this is
Damn it.
This is sophomore year of high school in my biology class, I think. She had like she wasn't goth, but she had a tinge of goth, if you sort of get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got you.
And like, we didn't have any common interests, but I talked to her somewhat in like my biology class.
That's all you need in high school.
Yeah, so I thought, okay, you're probably a good candidate. So I asked, like,
You're
Behind
good.
curtain number 1.
You filled out the right paperwork.
So I asked,
You're hired.
I asked her like, hey, can I like get your phone number? And she's like, interrupts me before I can finish and just goes, yes, completely monotone, like no emotion.
That's awesome.
And I'm thinking, okay, that probably means something, but I don't know what. And
That'd be so cool.
And so she takes it, and eventually we decide to go on a date. Now, I do not drive at this point. She does. So she picks me up, which is already semi-awkward for me.
Yeah, what a beta soy boy over here.
Normally the dude picks up the chick. But anyway, she picks me up from my house, and for some reason she had told her parents about me, and they wanted to meet me on our first date.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, it isn't, but it's what happened.
Abort.
Something smells fishy.
So we go to her house, and she introduces me to her parents. Hi, this is my mom, and this is Phil.
You know,
I don't know if his actual name was Phil, but it was something. And I'm awkwardly standing in the doorway in my head thinking, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yep.
Everyone's being awkward, but not acknowledging it. Eventually we get back to the car and drive to like a diner, and
then you have sex in the bathroom, right?
no.
I fuck on the first date.
Anyway, we go to the diner, and there's a lot of not talking going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, we don't have anything in common.
Don't tell me it was your first and only date.
It was my first and only
Oh
date.
my god. Oof. Oh, go on.
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm just go on. It's fine.
Okay. Well, anyway.
It's a bad experience.
I imagine everyone's first date they ever have is shitty, but or most people. But anyway, so I'm just sort of awkwardly sitting there like very nervous, obviously tense, sipping water occasionally. And she makes a joke about that, like,
You want some tap water?
yeah, she makes a joke about that, and I like fake laugh.
Oh, yeah.
And like, so that's awkward.
Visibly sweating, like tugging at the collar of your shirt.
I might have actually done that. But,
What's that one gif where like it's the black dude where he's like literally
Yeah.
sweating buckets?
Yeah. Cade, put that up on the screen.
Yeah, I'll find that.
But that was essentially me in that scenario.
What if Joe was black?
And like she wasn't mean or anything. Like it was fine, but
Oh, yeah.
we just didn't have anything to talk about. And so after that, she decides for some reason, let's go to Walmart. Let's just go to Walmart.
I don't know why, but that's a very common thing. You just go to a store and then you just walk around.
Yeah, but Walmart is not a place I think is optimum for a date. So we go to Walmart, and like she drives, so I'm just gonna I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to Walmart
Just
now.
twiddling your thumbs in the passenger seat.
Like pretty much. So we get to Walmart and we don't buy anything. We just walk around and look at like tires and shit.
Wow.
Eventually,
Dude, wait, hold on. Quick story. Why do tires smell so good?
the rubber. Anyway,
It just smells great.
So we may have been holding hands. I don't remember. Eventually, she drives me back to my house, and I awkwardly, as awkward as you can imagine, kiss her on the cheek. And she had a shit ton of makeup, which then got onto my lips, and I was like in my head thinking, "Oh, this is uncomfortable."
This is weird.
And then so that makeup on my lips, that's weird.
It's all the paint to disguise that the fact that she's a fucking robot.
Anyway, yeah. So and then we go our separate ways, and I deluded myself for multiple years into thinking it went well. And so, I mean, it didn't go horribly, but that was not an optimal date.
Rest in peace, everyone's past relationships.
Yeah. And the second story, real quick. I had a guy in blue.
Wait, this is the 5-second one, right?
Don't get more than 5 seconds.
5 seconds ago.
There was a guy who would bully me in middle school. He was an asshole. I got to high school. I hadn't seen him in
Time's
years.
up.
Well, fuck you.
I'm just kidding.
I got to there was a guy who bullied me in middle school. He was an asshole. When I got to high school, I hadn't seen him in years, and he had become like a stoner with no life. And a very vindictive part of me thought, "Ha, you were an asshole, and now your life sucks." And that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Like a very dark part of me thought that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to tell this story, but I don't think I should.
Well, you can't just
because-
bring it up.
I know.
Do you want me to cut this out or what?
Are
you gonna say it?
I don't know. Maybe.
You can like stretch the tooth a little bit.
Okay.
Wait, so what? Wait, why don't you want to tell this?
We don't know
Because
yet.
I'm still friends with this person, and
Well,
Just change the name.
Just make it completely anonymous then, yeah.
Okay. So
We can cut it out. Worst case scenario.
Rouse
Are we going with that?
No, I'll go with Jevil. Okay, so all right. So in middle school, I was facing much the same problem that Joe had, like oh shit, I should probably get a girlfriend. And I knew this girl named Jevil from band class.
That's an exotic name.
Yeah,
Is she from Africa?
Oh my god.
Caribbean. No. But I knew this girl named Jevil in band class, and I was like, I literally thought this is like seconds before, so I thought about it, looked over, and was like, yeah.
Wait, future Cade, put up a picture of the card that is Harrison, a picture of Jevil from Deltarune with hearts.
It makes sense. He's a
ship it.
jester, but okay. So I'm like, at this point, I'm starting to think like, how should I ask her out? I know. I'll bring a flower to her every day outside of English class.
This could go okay.
This was in middle school. I was very stupid.
In middle school,
in elementary school, that's kind of cute, but in middle school, it's like, wait, dork, you playing with flowers? Fucking idiot.
No, she's really nice. She didn't. So she was be like, "Oh, thank you. I have so many of these now." What?
I did actually. Do middle school relationships count?
I
they?
wouldn't say so. No,
I-
you're all still pretty much kids. Like you pretend like I'm in middle school and I'm a big boy, but you're still pretty much a child.
Yeah.
All right. So then comes this goes on for a few weeks. Then comes the 8th grade dance. And I'm like,
Ooh.
do you want to go with me? And she's like, oh, she's like, oh, sorry, I'm already going with a couple other girls. Fuck! All right.
The appropriate reaction.
And
Do that right in front of her.
And because I'm in middle school, I'm just like, fine. So then
And you cried.
the awkward, like, me trying to flirt goes on for a couple more weeks until graduation.
Oh,
Because I thought the best time to start doing this was the month that graduation was happening.
genius.
Yep, that's level 500 IQ.
I was like,
Foresight's 520.
Mario Kart time trials, let's go. but yeah,
girl speed run.
goddamn.
Got a perfect split at the playground.
But yeah, so it's like literally graduation day. We just graduated, and she's in a group of girls, and I'm just like, hey Jevil, here, have a card. And she's like, so then I was trying to be sneaky about it. That card had my number in it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then she tells like all of her friends, right?
She immediately shows her friends and laughs right in front of you that
apparently-
you ran home
apparently-
crying.
Apparently one of her other friends, let's just call her Ralsei. Ralsei was like, fucking no. Wait. Okay, this is just a rumor.
Oh.
It's just a rumor. I don't know if it's true. Don't flame Ralsei. And
Got it.
so Ralsei's like, no, like don't do it. So Jevil walks back and is just like, all right, here. Sorry, I'm not looking for a boyfriend right now. Maybe in high school. And this is the moment I realized that I was being a complete idiot because
It all just hits you in the face like, oh, I'm a dumbass.
We've all had those moments.
not because of the rejection, but because like when she rejected me, I felt nearly nothing instantly, and was like, "Oh, okay, like, have a good summer."
Yeah.
I nearly cried in the shower later, but
Yeah. You just gotta play it off like you don't care at all.
yeah.
I have another relationship story. This one was back in 3rd grade.
This is gonna be the relationship episode.
Welcome
yeah,
to the,
yeah. This is the
the idiots love podcast.
Yeah. So this is back in 3rd grade. Again, not going to say her name. So her name is going to be
No. The title of this episode needs to be Harrison Asks Out Jevil.
No. Call the make the title Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
I'll think of something epic.
Sergeant.
Okay,
Jevils.
what name should I give to the woman in this story?
Stacy.
So here's the thing. In 3rd grade, me and Stacy, we were
Sorry, I can't understand you.
So Stacy, like we didn't really like each other. I don't remember how it happened. We just decided that we were going to get married in 3rd grade.
I hate you. I hate you. Want to get married?
No,
Yeah.
we didn't like dislike each other. Like we become like pseudo friends, and then we just decided let's get married. And so then one day, and like inside recess, we had a wedding reception. Literally, the other students in the inside recess helped out. Like half of inside recess was taking part.
Okay, that is impressive.
You got like a kid to dress up as a priest.
Well, yeah. No one dressed up fancy, but like one of the guys who I knew, I won't say his name. He was like who's the guy that like marries the person?
The
Like,
priest.
The priest.
Is the priest? Yeah. So like he was like being the priest, and so like we walked up, and he was like, "Do you take Stacy to be your lawfully wedded wife?" And like we didn't know all this stuff, so I was just like, "I do." And then he said to Stacy, and she was like, "I do." And then he was like, "You may now hug the bride." And then we just had a hug.
Really?
Like,
Not even a
man.
kiss?
And then no, well we were in like elementary school, man. You kiss a girl in elementary school, and that's a death sentence.
I'm just imagining this 3rd grader in like a priest outfit going like, I do pronounce you. I can't do a kid accent.
Yeah, I do pronounce you husband and wife. And so then for like a few minutes after that, and inside recess,
then
like
you
we were
immediately
like
got divorced,
we,
right?
we were dancing like in the wedding reception, like our friends, like we were pretending like music was playing, and like we were like at the reception, like just dancing around and like slow dancing and stuff. Like like two of my friends, like a girl and guy friend, like they were like doing like the waltz or something. It was one of the most like it's the most popular I've ever been in my life.
Not gonna lie.
For the rest of my life, I'm a complete dweeb.
That's actually really cute.
It was weird.
How did it end?
Probably like a month later, we were on the swing set, and she was like,
I want a divorce.
Yeah, like I think we need to split up. And I was like,
I
oh,
want a divorce.
oh, okay. And she went after this other guy in our class who was like, I won't say his name, but I'll describe him. He's like,
And then
Chad.
they had a
he had
wedding.
like kind of like long like blonde hair.
Yes,
he had
Chad.
he had freckles. He
He's
was the
Chad.
the 3rd
He's-
grade Chad.
He's the Chad.
Yeah, she went after him like a month later, and
He
I was
has
like,
the Pokemon.
all right.
well,
cards.
okay.
All
I
of it.
didn't really like it was all like a joke anyway, so it's just like, oh, you're going after those blonde boys, huh? But yeah.
Okay, Joe or Cade. Question: how fast was he?
Oh,
The kids who run the fastest in elementary school are always the most.
I
popular.
actually was pretty fast in elementary school because I had really long legs, and I still do. Like
That's bullshit. I was reasonably fast. I was not popular.
you can't be reasonably fast. You got to be like the fastest. I was,
Yeah.
and I was up there. I could go pretty darn fast with my long legs.
You have to be the Usain Bolt of elementary school to be the most popular.
Okay, okay. I guess one more relationship story, then we should probably change topic.
Actually, after this, just end the podcast after this because we're like an hour in already.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Time flies when we're
I
talking
guess
about heartbreak.
I had a girlfriend in quotes in middle school because I guess those don't really count. Okay, this entire relationship lasted about a week, maybe 2.
Yeah, that's middle
and it was a complete train wreck from start to finish. So, give me female name, fictional, Hermione. Let's go with Hermione. So Hermione. I had actually no. What's a good one? Gertrude. Yeah. Okay. So
Gertrude.
it was a similar sort of it was a more similar sort of situation to the high school thing, where it's just like I wasn't really super interested, but I thought I needed to have a girlfriend to be cool. So I knew Gertrude, and I sort of liked her, but not really. But I was like, fuck it. So
I need this in my life.
first off,
I must have sex. And that's the human race.
I can guarantee that's not.
Coochie.
I can guarantee that is not what was going through my mind when I was in middle school.
I didn't hear this in middle school. Sorry.
Yeah, no, this was in middle school.
Yeah, forget I said that. Go on.
Anyway, first off, the way I asked her out, I'm sitting in front of her, and we're facing each other. And I'm like, I have a crush on someone. I forget. It was near Valentine's Day. And she's like,
who?
and she was like, really? Who? And I'm like, it's just this girl. And she's like, really? What's she like? And I'm like, well, she's sitting right in front of me. And
Dude,
Smooth
dude, holy
as
shit!
granite.
I wish I had the balls to do that.
to be fair, I think that kind of was a good move, but it was middle school.
That's
anyway.
awesome.
Smooth.
So she
boy.
sort of looks around confused for a second, and then blushing, embarrassed, and like,
The girl reading this.
yeah.
Idiot.
And then so
And then you should have just done the finger guns like.
I might have. I don't remember. But anyway, so then later I officially like asked her out at Gertrude. But the thing is, I was in middle school, so I couldn't drive anywhere. So I thought, well, if I asked her out on a date, we'd have to go somewhere. So I should just ask her, like, to be my girlfriend. So I asked her in the most awkward way possible, would you like to be my girlfriend? Instead of just like, do you want to go out? And she called me out on it, but said yes. And so,
Would you like to be mine forever?
and so we
Okay,
like
Kylo Ren.
we texted each other back and forth and took it very, very, very slow because once again, it was middle school and I wasn't like super into it. Eventually, I break up with her because I don't want the stress of a relationship. This is like 3 days later.
Oh God.
There was like, also people were betting on how long it would last.
Dude, that always happens.
Like,
They're always like,
people
"Oh, what you think you're gonna date her for like 3? No,
No,
not
but
even
people were
3
betting
weeks tops."
actual money.
Holy
on
shit.
how like long it would last because I was not a dating person.
That's crazy.
And so anyway, I break up with her 3 days later and then realize that was stupid. And immediately the next day, I like say, I'm sorry. And we get back together. And then like, okay.
2 days later.
Then we were
3 days later.
we were going to go see a movie as a date. It was like, what was the like cop movie with Ice Cube and Kevin Hart?
Oh, I have no idea.
It was that movie.
I'll look it up.
It was the one with the damn, wasn't it?
No, that was something.
I don't know.
There
Anyway.
it is. There it is on the screen. Wow.
Anyway, so our ride, we're trying to make rides work, and she's begging, and like we're trying to make it rides work, and eventually the person who could give a ride cancels, and so she's asking me if I can get my mom to give us a ride. My mom is sick; she doesn't want to. I tell her that. She keeps pushing like a dick, and continues to push. Gertrude continues to push. Eventually, I'm like, "Sorry, there's nothing I can do," and then she breaks up with me the next day. So
Yep, makes
it lasted like a week,
Yeah.
and it was not fun.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
the
was
thing,
just
man. Like
stupid.
relationships, like if you can't drive somewhere without like somebody else like driving you around, like if you or the person you're with is not able to like drive you, it's pretty much impossible to have like a serious relationship because no matter like where you are or where you go, you have to be around somebody else, either like your parents or like
Well,
at school or
with
something.
Uber now, it's not as big an issue.
That's true.
Unless you're in a big city.
Yeah, that's true.
Buses. Yes.
Wait, does how old do you have to be to use Uber? Is there like an age limit?
I don't know.
I think you have to be like 18.
Oh, well then.
I guess by that point,
Well, then you
yeah,
have
you'd be
a
able to
car
drive.
then anyway. Then yeah, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you're in like a big city and you can like
Not really.
what?
Remember, I can't drive.
Oh yeah, Harry.
yeah.
Harry doesn't have a driver's
Harry
license.
doesn't
yet.
have his driver's license.
loser.
Fucking eviscerate him in the comments below.
Oh God, it's like a 1990s movie.
You don't really need one when we're in college.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, guys, that was the most.
You want to wrap it up here?
That was the most romantically stuffed podcast I think it's ever been recorded.
Yeah. Keck girlfriend.
Keck girl. Yeah.
Oh no, Monica's here. Monica's here.
Oh shit!